A big thing that I'm hearing all the time, and a thing that I think dissuades a lot of business-minded people from ever starting, is that your business is going to fail. I get told it in my comment sections all the time when I talk about my businesses, and I actually agree. My businesses are going to fail. They probably are all going to fail. Not only do I not mind this, I'm actually kind of glad about this. Now that might sound like a crazy intro for a video, and I think it is, but when I explain everything, it's going to all make sense. First though, we need to kind of get into this argument, this discussion. Why do I think my businesses will fail? Why do other people think it? And why do I not care? Simple as this, right? Most businesses fail. Most business models fall out of favour, especially in this day and age. The business model that I utilise to the strongest ability right now is dropshipping, and it works out for me quite well. It gives me enough money to make a living, a decent, genuine living, every month. My bills are covered, my expenses are covered, and I've got money in savings. Lucky me. So it is working right now. 5-10 years down the line, will this work to the same extent? Hopefully it will. Hopefully it'll just keep growing to the point where it's millions and millions every year. But it might not. I am actually aware of this. And I think a lot of people who comment this think that I'm not. But what I will say is these people have probably never tried a business themselves, and they also probably don't have any degree of a business mindset. This brings me on to why I don't really care that my businesses will fail, right? Every business model at some point will fall out of favour, and this is an incomprehensible thing to a lot of people. But if you think about this throughout history, every company at some point is very, very likely to fail, be acquired and bought out or something like that. The biggest companies in the world will probably fail at some point. Maybe it'll be in 10 years, 100 years, 500 years even. But probably Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla will fail at some point. This is an inevitability of any business. A real business-minded person shouldn't care about this, and it shouldn't detract them from their ambition. I don't care about what business I run. My ambition is to just stack as much money as possible. My businesses aren't passion projects. If you run a passion project business, cool, that's not perhaps who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to people who just want to make money, right? My businesses aren't passion projects. Any business model that'll make me money, that I agree with, I can work with. And this opens me up to a different world of entrepreneurship. In this new world of entrepreneurship where I don't care about what business I'm running, I should do two things. Number one is keep an open mind. Number two is save as much cash as I can. People don't realise that you don't need $1 million business to grow your wealth. Or they don't seem to. If my business made me £10,000 and it cost me zero to start, let's say, then simply put, that's money that I could invest. It's money that I could invest into a new business, anything like that. You know, £10,000 of liquid cash capital, not money that's an emergency fund or anything like that. £10,000 of cash that is for investment purposes is still a significant amount of money even in 2025, right? So if I had £10,000, let's say, for example, just off the top of my head, what could I get into? I could start reselling cars, for example. I could start reselling bicycles. I could start reselling luxury watches or clothing. These are just a few examples off the top of my head. So before anybody debunks these business models, I'm just thinking of things immediately. If I had 30, 40, 50 grand, what could I get into? Could I go joint partnership on property? Could I add anything like that, right? Could I invest in the stock market and actually get a decent return? Think about these things. And this brings me on to why I couldn't care if my businesses fail. Look, I want my businesses to be successful as much as possible for as long as possible. I think this should be a common sense goal of anybody looking to start the journey of entrepreneurship. It kind of makes sense. We don't go into business to lose money. We don't go into business to fail. But we understand it is a possibility. 10k is not that much. 20, 30, 40k, 50k, 100k, make it even more than that perhaps. You can roll into new businesses with even a couple of grand if you've got the right mindset. So if you have a business that makes you a couple of hundred and fails, if that's a couple of hundred that you didn't have before, maybe next time you'll make a couple of thousand. If you got a couple of thousand, maybe you'll make a couple of 10,000s. If you got a couple of 10,000s, maybe you can roll that into a couple of hundreds, and so on and so forth. So when people tell me that my businesses won't work, I actually say good. I say good. It's going to keep me imaginative. It's going to keep me working. It's going to keep me creative. It'll keep me open-minded, trying new things. It'll keep my mind alive. And it'll keep me pushing forwards. Maybe the next business will be the bigger one. My businesses probably will fail at some point, and I'm not too bothered. I'll just roll this into a new opportunity, and it'll just be a new chance. And that's the way you've got to view it. I don't know why people think that there's this concept that your business will fail and you'll be finished. Of course, if you not put safety parameters in place, you will be. Have an emergency fund, maybe even work part-time at the same time. But I don't get the concept of my businesses will fail and people expect me to cry about it. It won't be nice if it does, but if it does, it does. So I'll work with that. I'm not too bothered, guys. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope I'll see you soon. Goodbye.